We're now going to walk through the implementation of case study ex13. This case study shows how Java functional interfaces, including a supplier functional interface and a custom functional interface, can be used in conjunction with Java constructor references for constructors with 0 parameters, as well as constructors with multiple parameters. You can find the source code for this example in the ex13 project in the FP folder in my Modern Java GitHub repository. So here we are in the ex13 project, and let's start our walkthrough by taking a look at the ex13 file, which shows how Java functional interfaces, including suppliers, can be used in conjunction with Java constructor references for various purposes. The main entry point into the test program has calls to 3 helper methods that demonstrate these different features of Supplier. Let's start by taking a look at the 0-param constructor reference method. As you can see, this method begins by assigning a constructor reference to a supplier that acts as a factory for a 0-parameter object of type CRDemo. Here is the CRDemo type. You can see it's a class that implements runnable, defines a field called mString that stores a value. Its default constructor assigns that field to the value hello. It's got a 3-parameter constructor we'll look at next, and then it's got a run hook method that, when called, will print the contents of mString. So if we pop back over here to where this is used, you can see how we take the CRDemo 0-parameter constructor reference, assign it to the factory variable, which is of type supplier, parameterized by the CRDemo class. Down here, we then use the factory variable and call its get method, and get then creates a new instance of CRDemo, which is stored here in this local variable. And then we go ahead and call the run method on CRDemo. And as we saw, that prints out the string without any modifications. So let's come down here next and take a look at the 0-param constructor ref ex method. And this demonstrates how supplier objects can be used as factories for multiple 0-parameter constructor references. The first variable we define here is called CRDemo factory. That's the same as we did just above. But the second CRDemo ex factory variable is assigned to a constructor reference of CRDemo ex. And we'll take a quick look at that class, which is a variant of CRDemo. So CRDemo ex also implements runnable, also contains a string as a field, has a constructor that sets the field value to hello. However, its run method uppercases the string before it prints it out. So it's going to have a different behavior than CRDemo. So if we go back over here, you can see how we assign the CRDemo ex constructor reference to the CRDemo ex factory, which is a variable that's a supplier that's parameterized by CRDemo ex. Then down here, we're going to demonstrate the use of both of these variables by calling a helper method called runDemo. And runDemo will first be passed in the CRDemo factory object, and then be passed the CRDemo ex factory object. And then we'll take a look at what runDemo does. So you can see runDemo takes the supplier factory. Supplier factory is a supplier parameterized by type T. Type T is defined to be a generic type that extends runnable, which means it has a run hook method. And then down here, we call the get method on the factory to make the appropriate instance of the supplier, which is going to be either the CRDemo factory or the CRDemo ex factory. And once we get that instance, we call run. So this demonstrates how you can use these factories in a generic way in order to be able to create the appropriate type of object. The final test method we'll look at is called 3-param constructor ref. In this example, assigns a constructor reference to a customized functional interface that acts as a factory to create a 3-parameter constructor for CRDemo. And as you can see here, we have an interface that we define called try-factory. And here's the try-factory interface. The try-factory interface is a functional interface we define. As you can see, it takes 3 parameters, P1, P2, and P3, and then it takes a final 4th parameter, which is the return value. There's an of factory method defined in that interface, which again takes P1, P2, and P3 as the parameters and returns an instance of type R. So this is a nice custom generic interface used to create various objects. In this particular case, what we're going to do is we're going to assign this factory of type try-factory to be the 3-parameter version of CRDemo. So if you take a look over here, you can see that there's a 3-parameter constructor here. And this 3-parameter constructor takes a string, an integer, and a long. And it goes ahead and it concatenates the string with the integer and the long and assigns that value to M string. So if we pop back over here, you can see how we take the 3-parameter constructor for CR demo as a constructor reference, assign it to the factory of type try-factory, and then we go ahead and call the of factory method on factory, which takes the string the answer is, the number 4 as an integer, the number 2 as a long, combines that together in a concatenated string, which says the answer is 42. And then finally, we go ahead and call the run method, which will print out that value. So this illustrates how we can apply constructor references to customized functional interfaces that have more than 0 parameters. And of course, you can generalize this to 1, 2, 3, 4, however many you want, showing the flexibility in modern Java of being able to have constructor references for arbitrary constructors. So let's now go ahead and run the program. When we compile it and run it, you'll see it's going to print 3 different outputs based on those 3 different methods. The first one from the 0-param constructor reference just prints out hello. The second output from the 0-param constructor reference ex prints out the lowercase hello followed by the uppercase hello. And the final output from the 3-param constructor ref says the answer is 42, which is exactly what we'd expect.